Hey everybody, we are live, and I am doing this literally like out of nowhere. I've decided that I'm just gonna freaking do some such of a live vote on the Oscars because, as it turns out, this year they gave everyone an Oscar ballot, and it's actually super easy to vote on it. Yo, hey Spider, yeah, I'm gonna vote on the Oscars live. Like, just there, I'm gonna do it. Hold up. Let me play some music in the background to like lighten up the mood. Right, you hear that? Yeah, that's my background music. It's Eleanor Rigby. No, it's actually from Bow Network too, but it sounds like Eleanor Rigby, so I like using it. All right, yeah, I guess I'm ready to begin now. So, well, Spider, glad you asked that. That's a good question. So, why argue about the Oscars? Well, I'm going to argue about the Oscars because I care about movies. I care about movies a goddamn much. I care about movies so much because I make movies. And since I'm going to be voting on the movies, you can argue with me if you feel like I've made these choices in poor choice. So, yeah, that's the gist of it. All right, that being said, let's start. Starting from the bottom. The first category is live action short film, which I have seen none of these movies. Since I've seen none of these movies, I'm just going to make a vote based purely on, I don't know, title. Alright, what am I going to pick? 1, 2, 3. Okay, so I'm going to pick An Irish Goodbye. That's what I picked for live action short film. Spider Hero says, bro, the D2 raid route of Nightmare, aka Ron, is a lot easier than it was last year's Val. I don't know what to think of that, man, but yeah. So I picked the Irish Goodbye for the live action short film category. Moving on. The next category is animated short film. And like the last category, I've seen none of these movies in this categories. For animated short film, we have The Boy, the Mole, the Fox, the Horse. That sounds like a lot of characters. We have The Flying Sailor, that could be funny. We have Earth's Merchants, that sounds depressing. We have My Year at Dicks, that sounds too woke. And An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I think I believe it. Once again, in this category, I'm picking randomly based on title, so I think I'm going to go with An Ostrich Told Me the World is Fake, and I believe it. This also works really well because my avatar instantly points at the fourth option. So, yeah. That's what I picked for that one. All right. Okay, moving on. Next category. Next category is documentary short subject. And once again, I've seen none of these picks. So, judging on these picks, we got The Elephant Whisperers, Haul Out, which is not Fallout, How Do You Measure the Year with a Calendar, The Martha Mitchell Effect, and Stranger at the Gates. And Spider Hero says, wow, none of these sound like movies except for that one. Yeah, Stranger at the Gates sounds like an actual movie. I don't know, Martha Mitchell Effect almost sounds like a movie. It sounds like a bootleg movie. It sounds like a bootleg version of The Butterfly Effect starring Martha Stewart. And Haul Out sounds like a bootleg version of Fallout. And come to think of it, Elephant Whisperer sounds like Dog Whisperer or Gorilla Whisperer. Some kind of whisperer like came before this. Honestly, this is a really hard subject because I've seen now these movies. How Do You Measure a Year is coming out very, very high, but the answer to that is a calendar, so that's actually a dumb question. This is probably the hardest one. Okay, randomly picking based on stuff I like. Maybe Martha Mitchell Effect. I don't know. That one sounds like it could be like... That sounds like a Disney Channel original series. So yeah, sure. Let's go with that. All right, next topic. Production design. So for production design, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Babylon, Elvis, and The Fabelmans. Yeah, I think this one's easy. This one just instantly goes to Avatar. No need to think about this one. All right, moving along. Next category, makeup and hairstyles. Technically, if I had to place money on where I think this is going to lie, I would guess that the whale will probably get it. But The part of me that is me wants to pick Batman. Like, if I was just straight up voting, I would vote for Batman because it's fucking Batman. But yeah, logistically, I think the Whale will win this. I mean, I guess Elvis could win it too, but it's probably going to go with the Whale because those Floofy Artie types always pick the Floofy Artie movie. Alright, so that's the end of the first row. Back to the other side. Row 2. Row 2 is Best Original Song, and we have Applause from Tell It Like a Woman, Hold My Hand from Top Gun Maverick, Lift Me Up from Black Panther, Wakanda Forever. I straight up do not remember there being a song in this movie, so that is an instant lose. Natu from RRR, and This Is a Life from Everything Everywhere All at Once. Now, honestly, part of me really wants to give a lot of the votes here to Everything Everywhere All at Once, just because I hear it's amazing. But despite the fact I hear it amazing, I actually haven't had time to see the movie. Spider says I should vote for Black Panther, but no, I'm not voting for Black Panther, man. See, Black Panther, I don't remember this song. I saw Black Panther the movie, and I don't remember this song happening, so I cannot, in all good faith, vote for Black Panther. So, like, of all these movies, the only song I remember that is on this list is Natu from RRR. So, yeah, I'm just going to give it to Natu because I think that would be funny and I think that would shame Hollywood. Otherwise, maybe Everything Everywhere All at Once might be a good song, but I haven't actually seen that movie, so I can't, in all good faith, vote on it. And damn, I'm really kicking myself for not seeing Top Gun Maverick. I was going to watch it, like, last week, but, like, I don't know, my girlfriend was out of town, so I didn't. So, yeah, that sucks. Alright, next up, Best Original Score. So, in this category, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Babylon, The Banshees of Inisherin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and The Fabelmans. Okay, so of this category, I've only seen Babylon and Banshees of Inisherin, and I'm going to give it to Babylon because they did have a soundtrack, and the soundtrack was pretty funny, so good for them. Yeah, Spider says I should totally see Everything Everywhere All at Once. At this point, since I still haven't seen it, I'm like thinking I'll just like pity buy it on like DVD. I used to buy DVDs all the time, and I haven't done it in years, but I'm like almost ready to. Alright, next up, costume design. We got Babylon, we got Black Panther, we got Elvis, we got Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Mrs. Harris Goes to Paris? What? What the hell is that? That's a real movie? I've never heard of that movie. That's dumb. Okay, yeah, anyway, so back to thinking this out. I don't want to say Babylon because pretty much everyone in that movie was naked. And I don't want to say Black Panther because that's a Disney movie and Spider says you should just pick Black Panther because it's Black Panther. Nah, man, that's too easy. I'm not just going to pick Black Panther because it was Black Panther. Like, alright, like, don't get me wrong, like, Namor was freaking awesome. Like, I really respected Namor. Namor was probably really cool. But Namor was just wearing a freaking bathing suit. So I'm not giving this design award to a guy in a bathing suit. Like, that would be silly. Once again, can't, in all good faith, vote for Everything Everywhere All at Once since I haven't seen it. So I'll begrudgingly give this one to Elvis based on the fact that Elvis is a flashy, interesting-looking guy. All right, next up, sound design. Okay, for sound design, we got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar: The Way of Water, Batman, Elvis, Top Gun. Now, the betting part of me is going to give this to Maverick. I think Maverick will probably win just because I think Maverick will sweep the award circuit in an unexpected win. But again, if it's voting me and voting from my heart, I'm going to pick Batman because in my opinion, Batman had the best sound in a movie that I saw this year. All right, one sec. I need to drink water. This is a lot of talking, actually. Yeah, see, Spider also says Top Gun Maverick should win for sound. Yeah, that's what I think. I think it's going to win for sound. I think that's how it's going to play out. Okay, moving along. Next category, visual effects. So we got All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Batman, Black Panther, Top Gun. So I think this is going to be a close toss-up between Avatar and Top Gun, but I gotta give it to Avatar because James Cameron made like some sort of underwater doohickey and it took him 10 years to make it. So definitely Avatar for visual effects. Next category, film editing. Interesting. So here we got Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Tar, or Top Gun. Okay, so yeah, with editing, this is another hard category. I feel like Everything Everywhere All at Once should be the easy answer on this. Banshees of Inisherin definitely shouldn't even be in this category. Their editing was subpar basic. I haven't seen Tar. I don't know if Tar has good editing or not. I haven't seen Top Gun, so I don't know if that has good editing. I have seen Elvis, though, and I do know Elvis had incredible editing. So, yeah, this category ends up being a toss-up between Elvis and Everything Everywhere All at Once. Again, if I have to base myself on the rules that I've been establishing for earlier categories... Spider, dude, are you kidding me? Like, every single movie is edited, but this award is for the quality of the editing. Like, this is, like, how much you did or didn't notice the editing. And, like, in this case, like, Banshees of Inisherin had, like, some pretty basic editing, whereas, like, I didn't see any of the other movies except Elvis. But I will say that Elvis had really good editing, so I have to unfortunately pick Elvis in best editing because it's the only movie I saw with good editing of this list. Alright, and that's another category eliminated. Let's move up again. Moving up the list. Alright, so next up we have Best International Feature. In this category we have All Quiet on the Western Front, a depressing war movie. We have Argentina 1985, which is probably a depressing Argentina movie. We have Close. We have EO, a movie about a donkey. And The Quiet Girl. Alright, drum roll while you guess what I'm going to pick. Anyway, I'm going to pick EO, the movie about the donkey, because that's the only one that's on my I want to watch this list, because I know it has a donkey. If I want to watch it, that also lets it win, especially when it's up against things I don't know about. Alright, next up, Best Documentary Feature. So this one we have All That Breathes, All the Beauty and Bloodshed, Fire of Love, A House Made of Splinters, and Naval New York. No, man, editing isn't post-release editing, it's editing for the film itself. It's not extra editing, it's the original editing. But yeah, so anyway, best documentary, I'm going to just say Fire of Love, which I haven't seen, but I want to see. So again, same thing with international feature. If I want to see it, that makes it win. Alright, next up is animated feature. And this is a pretty interesting category. In fact, this is a really interesting category. Wow. I have never seen such an interesting lineup for best animated feature. So in Best Animated Feature, we have Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio, which I haven't seen, but everyone says it's quite well. After that, we have Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I haven't seen that either, but that's not animated. That's clay animated, stop animated. Okay, well, I guess it is animated, but I can't give it an award for typical animation because I think stop motion should be in its own category. Wow, if stop motion was in its own category, we'd get a lot more interesting things in this category, wouldn't we? Anyway, so next up, Puss in Boots. Everyone says that's wonderful. The Sea Beast was a straight-to-Netflix crap film, which I saw and I hated it. And Turning Red was unabatedly horny, a Disney movie, and honestly, one of the better Disney movies for like showcasing like horny teenage girls and like all that jazz. But yeah, this is a tough category. Like, artistically speaking, I want to give it to Marcel. I'll be very, very happy if Puss in Boots wins. I'll be satisfied if Guillermo del Toro wins because he always wins. I will be okay if Turning Red wins because Disney also always wins and I feel like they actually earned it this time. But at the same time, if the Sea Beast wins, I riot. So literally all these movies are good except for the Sea Beast. The Sea Beast is a horrible bit of Netflix trash that no one should bother watching. Good question, Spider. So, Turning Red is a horny movie about a teenage Asian girl who gets her period, and her period turns her into a raging panda. And then she has a big battle against her mom, who is a kaiju, and it's very, very, very sexy horny for a Disney movie. I would say it's probably the sexiest, horniest Disney movie that Disney has ever made because it was made by a sexually repressed Asian girl trying to express her sexual frustration. But that being said, it's still a good movie, even if it is Disney. All right, moving on. Next up is cinematography. So in this category, we have All Quiet on the Western Front, Bardo, False Chronicle of a Handful of Truths, Elvis, Empire of Light, and Tar. Ugh, I actually saw Empire of Light last night. Okay, I could actually see them being nominated for Best Cinematography because that's like the only thing good about that movie. Otherwise, it was a horrible movie. I don't know, like gut betting reaction. I would probably bet on All Quiet on the Western Front because I feel like war movies have this category in the bag. I don't even know what Bardo is, and I know very little about Tar, but everyone who's seen Tar says it's great. Yeah, Turning Red definitely struggled with age restrictions. It was a whole thing, man. Like, there was a big controversy. Like, people didn't want their kids seeing it. It was a whole thing, but, like, people who saw it liked it. It was just very aggressively horny for a kid's movie. All right, so back to cinematography. I don't want to just give it to Elvis again, and I can't give it to Empire of Light, because even if that movie has good cinematography, it's a trash movie, and it can't win. So I'm begrudgingly giving this to All Quiet on the Western Front, which I have not seen and I know nothing about, just based on the fact it's a war movie, and war movies are shoo-ins for the All Quiet for the cinematography category. Okay, moving along. Next up is Best Original Screenplay. In this one we have The Banshees of Irish Erin, Everything Everywhere All at Once, The Fabelmans, Tar, and Triangle of Sadness. Smart money would bet that Everything Everywhere All at Once would win. I could also see The Fabelmans winning. I could also see Triangle of Sadness winning because this is the first time it's been nominated. Hell, I could even see Tar or Banshees of Irish Erin winning. Like, honestly, this is a really hard toss-up category where literally everything has an even chance to win. So, no clue here. I'm going to probably just say Banshees of Irish Erin because I probably won't, give it any more wins in any other categories. Okay, next. Best Adapted Screenplay. So in this one we have All Quiet on the Western Front. Glass Onion. How is that an adaptation? That actually happened. That cannot be in this category. That's got to be a mistake. A movie called Living, a movie called Top Gun Maverick, and a movie called Women Talking. Top Gun Maverick should not be in here either. I know why Top Gun Maverick is in here. It's in here because, technically speaking... Oh, wait, what the fuck did I just do? Yeah? Oh, weird. I somehow, put myself into a playlist. Very weird. Yeah, I definitely can't, save this, situation. Wow, I just really fucked this up. Alright, let me try... Okay, I think I fixed it, kind of. I can't move my phone back over. Alright, whatever. But yeah, as I was, yeah. Spider says that he's been playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So much that he doesn't go to the cinema anymore. You should go, man. I don't go as much as I used to go either, but that's mostly because movies have sucked lately, but going to the movies is still a good experience. But, yeah, so back to this, One sec. Sorry, I'm still getting over a cold. I had to blow my nose. For Best Adapted Screenplay, if I had to guess... I really don't think Top Gun Maverick should be on here. It's only here because technically originally Top Gun started as an article. I think the only one on this list that should actually be on this list is All Quiet on the Western Front. So I'm once again awarding that an award without seeing it as a movie and just guessing that's good. If I hate this movie, I'll have so much like FOMO and like regret. All right, this brings us to the Best Supporting Actress category. Now, in this one, we have Angela Bassett from Black Panther. We have Hong Chow from The Whale, Carrie Condon from The Banshees of Inisherin, Jamie Lee Curtis from Everything Everywhere All at Once, and Stephanie Hsu from Everything Everywhere All at Once. In this one, I'm just going to give it to Jamie Lee Curtis because she's never been nominated for an Oscar before, and I think she's old and like overdue to get it. Oh, hey, Ryoko, and no, it's Ryo Hibiki. Ryo Hibiki has arrived, and he wants to give awards to Top Gun. Star Fox, Papillion, Ogre, King Ogre, First the Time, Cool, also says hello. So yeah, back to where I was at. For Best Supporting Actress, Jamie Lee Curtis. Like, I'm just giving it to her because she's never won the award, and I feel like you should just give awards to people who never win them. That's like me being generous. All right, moving on. Best Supporting Actor. All right, so we have Brendan Gleeson in Banshees of Inisherin, Brian Tyree Henry in Causeway, Judd Hirsch in The Fabelmans, Barry Keoghan in The Banshees of Inisherin, and Ke Huy Quan in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Ooh, tough category. All right, so Barry Keoghan should not be on this list. He's just on this list because he played a retard. Otherwise, I don't think he's a good actor, and I think he's overrated. I almost want to give it to my man Judd Hirsch for The Fabelmans, but I only want to give it to Judd Hirsch because I liked him on Taxi. Otherwise, I haven't actually seen The Fabelmans. So based on all that, I think Ke Huy Quan should probably get it because he had an amazing comeback in Everything Everywhere All at Once. So yeah, Ke Huy Quan, I hope he gets his Oscar. I hope he gets that comeback. Like, he's the comeback kid. He deserves it. Like, I'm really glad he's on Best Supporting Actor and not Best Lead Actor because that makes it way easier to give him an Oscar. Next up, Best Actress. Cate Blanchett, Tar, Ana de Armas in Blonde, Andrea Riseborough in To Leslie, Michelle Williams in The Fabelmans, and Michelle Yeoh in Everything Everywhere All at Once. All right, Smart Money Hollywood says that Cate Blanchett has this on lock for Tar, so I'm going to just assume she wins and moves on. Okay, so next up, Best Actor. Austin Butler as Elvis, Colin Farrell as the Banshees of Inisherin, Brendan Fraser as the Whale, Paul Mescal as Aftersun, and Bill Nighy in Living. All right, once again, Smart Money in Hollywood says that Brendan Fraser has this on lock. Technically, Austin Butler could win a close second because he would have won had Brendan Fraser not won. I don't think Colin Farrell has a snowball's chance in hell. But yeah, Brendan Fraser as the Whale, he's going to win because he whaled it up and he got so goddamn fat. Next up, Best Director. All right, hold on. Ryo Hibiki says Butler's going to win. I don't know, man. I think Butler should win. Okay, well, here's what I think on Butler. I think he could win. I don't think he should win. I think he's too young to win, but I think he could win. I wouldn't be surprised if he won, but I would also be sad for Brendan Fraser if Brendan Fraser didn't win. So I really think Brendan Fraser's going to win, and Austin Butler will get second place. But they don't give awards out for second place. Anyway, back to Best Director. Martin McDonagh for Banshees of Inisherin, Daniel Kwan and Daniel Scheinert for Everything Everywhere All at Once, Steven Spielberg for The Fabelmans, Todd Field for Tar, Ruben Östlund for Triangle of Sadness. All right, this is a tough category. This is another one where I feel like everyone could win this one. Smart Money, again, I want to say Daniel will win for Everything Everywhere All at Once because I feel like this is their year and they're like winning so much. I really don't think Martin McDonagh will win anything for Banshees of Inisherin. It was a shocking film, but it wasn't that great. I could see Steven Spielberg winning just on the fact that he is Steven Spielberg. and people voting for him not based on the Fabelmans, but voting for him because they still like Jurassic Park 20 years later. And yeah, this is another category where literally anyone could win and like all bets are off. All right, next up, Best Picture. We have All Quiet on the Western Front, Avatar, Banshees of Inisherin, Elvis, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Fabelmans, Tar, Top Gun Maverick, Triangle of Sadness, or Women Talking. Wow, that's a lot. All right, yeah, this category is like flowing off my phone because it's so big. I could shrink it. I don't want to, but if I had to vote for Best Picture, I'm probably going to say Top Gun Maverick wins it, just for the fact that Top Gun Maverick was the Best Picture of the year based on box office. I wonder if they'll make a third Top Gun Maverick just based on like how good this one did. Anyway, that's beside the point. Avatar could win. If Avatar wins, Ryo Hibiki will jump off a cliff. I'm going to hold you to that, bro. You better jump off that cliff. It could happen. I mean, I won't bet on happening, but I'm not betting that it won't happen either. All right, well, that's all the categories. We went over them all. There actually weren't that many categories, and yet there were enough categories to talk about for a moment. All right, well, I hope you enjoyed this. Now I'm eventually going to watch the Oscars and see how right or wrong I was. And maybe if I was so wrong or so right, we will talk about this again in a day or so. I didn't see Avatar 2, but everyone said it was really good, and a lot of people said it was better than the first one. And for the record, I thought the first Avatar was like a pseudo-religious experience, and I had an amazing time with it. So I honestly really wanted to see Avatar 2, I just didn't have time for it. Alright, any further questions before I end stream? Alright, thanks guys, it's been real. This was a fun stream. I gotta go. I gotta go make spaghetti. Alright, bye everybody. See you later.